Hi everyone, Jessica here from Paper Ink Stamp and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm so excited to share with you and I'm so excited to be recording this. So this week on Thursday I did finally receive my stamp sets that I have designed and manufactured as my first product for Paper Ink Stamp, and I'm going to be sharing those with you today along with some samples that I've made, just different ways of being able to use this just to give you an idea, and I've tried to cover maybe different styles of cards as well. So I want to show you that these are going to work perfectly for everybody, no matter what kinds of cards you use, what sizes you use, again, what your style is. I'm hoping that I can show you that, this stamp set is going to be perfect for everyone. So here are Paper Ink Stamp's very first products. I am so incredibly happy with how these have come out. They're exactly what I wanted, obviously because I designed them to be exactly what I wanted, but the quality of these are absolutely fantastic. The packaging as well as the actual quality of the stamps themselves. Where I got these manufactured, the company have done an absolute brilliant job. Even like the quality of the bag is nice. The inserts, I'm really happy with everything, and I really hope that you guys like these first stamp sets. So before we kind of dive in too much with the stamp sets, I just want to kind of explain to you the sort of thought process behind why I've started with these particular sets. So I have always found a little bit of a hole in my sentiment, so in the products that I have in my stash. I never quite have the right sentiment, and I've noticed that more and more recently as I've been doing my commissions for the magazines. I just can't always find, that right sentiment that I want, something that's going to fit with the card that I've created. So it's been kind of niggling in the back of my mind, where I have been thinking about wanting to design my own products and really go down that kind of avenue with my business. And so, these are the sets that I designed. So these are going to be absolutely perfect if you are a brand new crafter, if you're new to crafting, trying to build up your stash. Maybe you're a returner to crafting, and you are trying to get something maybe a little bit newer. These are going to be absolutely great. But then also for people like me and veterans of card makers, I've been card making for a few years now, and I still hadn't really had like the perfect sentiment pack that I wanted. These really are just going to work for everybody, from beginners to advanced people. You've got so much is covered in these two sets that this will absolutely be your kind of go-to. You're going to pick this up. This is something that's going to stay on your desk because you could use this for every single card you create. The size of both of these sets, they're exactly the same. These are 6 by 8 inch, so they are really big. They're really decent sized stamp sets, and certainly for what you're getting, and again, that quality is just absolutely brilliant. I'm so blown away with how good these are, again, just in terms of the quality of them. So let's start off with this set first. So all of the names are going to be printed on the back. This is called Ultimate Big Words, and if there's something that kind of particularly goes with a product, then I'm going to pop it on the back as well, so coordinates with Ultimate Sentiment Builder. So this one here, Ultimate Big Words. This one here, Ultimate Sentiment Builder. So this one here, so Ultimate Big Words. So the reason I've called them Ultimate, again, is because this could be the one and only stamps that you need to buy, in my opinion, because it is going to cover so much. So this one here, we've got 11 stamps in here. We've got some really great sized font, and then just that script as well. You've got some thicker pieces, some thinner bits, which is going to be great, certainly with the thicker pieces for things like heat embossing, for doing some gradient color stamping if that's what you're into. You'll be able to use this lots of different techniques, and again, in the samples that I'm going to show you afterwards, I can sort of show you how I've used them, even just in the first instance of take them out the packet and get them stamped. So in here, again, this is going to cover all of your kind of major big word needs, if you like. So, if you're creating a Valentine's Day card, an anniversary, a wedding card, anything like that, we've got Love You. Thinking of You can cover so many occasions, whether it's, good or unfortunately bad. hey there. If you just want to send a note card, something quite generic to somebody, that's going to be perfect. Feel better soon, of course. Unfortunately, they are cards we have to make along with any sympathy cards. So we've got sorry. I mean, that could be, not sorry for somebody's loss. It could be sorry for something else. Again, we send cards for lots of different occasions. Of course, we have our happy and our birthday. So the reason I've included both of these, and you do have a happy and a birthday in this as well. So you can mix and match in terms of what you want as the big word and the little word. But also then you could just use these together. If you wanted a big sentiment, a big happy birthday sentiment, you can just put these together. We also have the wishes as well. So you can do birthday wishes. Again, you've got birthday in here, small birthday, big wishes. So these are just, again, so kind of interchangeable. We've got our big congratulations, of course. We have got paper hugs. So again, if someone's feeling a little bit under the weather, you could mix and match these, feel better soon, paper hugs. So, you can even just put these big words together as well. And then, of course, a thank you card. Lots of people send thank you cards. And again, a really brilliant size. So in terms of sizes, you've got 3 quite big sentiments here. Thinking of you, feel better soon, and congratulations. Some of these, maybe won't fit on a 5x7 portrait, but definitely on a landscape. Perfect for slimline cards. If you create cards where you think maybe this won't fit, please don't think, this isn't the stamp set for you. If you do like the rest of it, but maybe you don't make cards that size, where that might fit, you can just cut this up. So, if that thinking of you, if you wanted that you to go underneath and then that would fit on, say, a 5x7 portrait, you can do that. Don't feel like you have to keep this, certainly these multiple words ones. If you want to separate these, you go ahead and do that. So that is this set. So I, again, really happy with this. Love the size, love the font and the sort of thicker areas. When I did heat emboss this, it just absolutely worked like a dream. So now let's talk about our ultimate sentiment builder. So this set is going to work perfectly for everybody. Maybe you've already got a set like this of, big sort of scripty words, script dies, things like that. Maybe you don't need this, but I think this is going to be a game changer for everybody. So this here, I believe there were 69 stamps in there. So 69 different words and little phrases that you can put together to create so many different sentiments. So in here, we've got your connecting words. We've got your starters and your ends. So we've got hope you, I am, wishing you a, sending you, on your, so much, you are, on our, at this time. So again, all those connecting words that you might need. Then of course you've got your different occasions in here. So of course we have our happy, we've got birthday, we have got anniversary, we have got, great news, new edition, big day, on passing, we've got new job, we've got christening, we've got Mother's Day and Father's Day, we've got new baby, baby girl, baby boy, home sweet home. So again, lots of occasions there where you want to send a card. We've got good luck in there as well, enjoy your day, so other words that are just going to build up these sentiments. I've also included relations. So we've got dad, nan, mum, brother, sister. We have got aunt and uncle in there as well. We've got husband and wife and a fiance. We have then great, so if you're making a card for great aunt, great uncle, you can of course do that. We have got step in there as well, so if you're making step mum, step dad, and I have got a person in there, so just the word person. So again, if you're making something maybe a little more gender neutral, a little bit more of a neutral card, that's going to work perfectly. But then we've got other words in here as well, like, or phrases should I say, eat cake, how are you, hang in there. We've got sunshine, beautiful, handsome. We have got missing you, enjoy your day, feeling grateful. We have got, again, big day, great news. You're leaving, so we can have sorry, you're leaving. We have got gorgeous in there. You've got this. So, tons and tons of different words to build up. So then using it in conjunction with this, again, it's designed to go together, but absolutely get one or the other on their own. So we can have thinking of you, hang in there. We can have feel better soon, here for you. We can have congratulations, and we can do on your new home. We can just have home sweet home if you wanted to. We could do I am sorry for your loss. We can do I am sorry at this time. Love you forever and always. Congratulations on your new job. We can have winter wishes. We can have happy Easter. We can have, of course, happy Mother's Day. Congratulations, you got this. We can have paper hugs, you know, good luck, or good luck paper hugs. We can have happy holidays. And then again, you can add in then the relations. You can have something like happy birthday brother. You can have happy birthday great brother. You can have happy birthday stepbrother if you wanted to. So again, just so many different ways of using this and just building up really big sentiments if that's what you want. Or again, you can use some of these on their own. You can use them together. So again, you've got a little happy and a little birthday. So you could have happy belated birthday in there. You've got hooray. So again, this can be used on its own, used with anything you've got in your stash, or then with the ultimate big words as well. So that's a look at the stamp sets. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. I am just absolutely in love. So I have been playing with these for the last 2 days, so the 2 evenings. So these aren't the sets that I've been using because they are nice and clean. So these are mine here. Mine are a little bit dirty now because again, I've just been using them so much. And yeah, so I wanted to show you with just a nice new brand new product. So the other thing I just want to say in terms of what I've done with mine, so the quality of this bag I think is really great, but what I have done, you'll notice, is I've just cut the top of mine off, and that means then it's so much easier to just pull my stamp set out, and I can just as easily put that back in. And it's not going to damage the bag. I think it would take a lot to then damage the bag of this. I don't mind opening from this bottom section, but I find sometimes I'm more likely to rip my packaging by using this. So I've simply just cut the top of these off. So like I said before, this is a 6x8 stamp set. So you can put them into your storage pockets, you know, however you store your stamps. But equally, again, from using them over the last 2 days, I've found that just cutting this top piece off, you know, it's just come in and out. So it's not tight or anything like that. It's worked perfectly. So again, you can see where I've been using it in terms of kind of they're a little bit mucky now and things, putting them back on the sheet. But there's a couple ways of knowing what makes a really good quality stamp set. For me, the true test of how good a stamp is, that how good quality it is by how well it stamps freehand. So I'm just going to do a quick demo before I show you the samples that I've made. So I'm going to show you stamping this with an acrylic block. So I don't usually use an acrylic block sort of all that much. I do tend to put things in my stamping platform, but yeah, just how well these have stamped with an acrylic block is so amazing. So the first thing you want to do when you get your stamps out of the packaging, when they're brand new, you do need to kind of condition them a little bit. So I've just been rubbing my finger along it. It just takes sometimes there's a little bit of residue left over from that manufacturing process, and sometimes your ink can bead up on it, but I've literally just rubbed my finger over, and you know, with the inks that I've used, so I've done with my VersaFine, which I'm going to stamp with now. I've done it with Embossing ink, I've used my Memento ink, I've used Distress Oxide ink, I have used the Distress ink. The Distress ink is the only one where I really didn't get a good stamp, but I never find that I do get a good stamped impression with an acrylic block with the Distress ink. The Distress Oxide stamped very, very well, and in one of my samples I did do that so I can show you how well it's stamped. But yeah, I haven't had any issues of of the ink beading up. So already, if I just pop that over the white, you know, the coverage of that black ink, so that's the VersaFine, is absolutely brilliant. So I'm just going to stamp this so you can see. So we want to make sure that we get nice even coverage, and you know, you really couldn't get a better stamp. I mean, maybe I could have done it a little bit straighter, I could have got it on my acrylic block straighter, but you know, the actual quality of the stamp is really, really good. So I've just cleaned off my stamp just with my Lawn Fawn stamp chamois. I did get just a little bit of ink there on my paper, just where I was wiping it off. So now I'm just going to show you how well you can just build up this sentiment and how you can kind of build it up around. So we do have some sort of loopy letters and things like that here. You know, you can fit it in quite nicely. So let's just do something quite basic. Let's do happy birthday. So we're going to build up a sentiment here, and then I'm going to do a sentiment above and underneath. So we are going to have, so let's get this nice and lined up. So we are going to have wishing you a, let's just pop the birthday just on the back of this block. And then I'm just going to nestle our birthday just there like that. But there is my sentiment. So my paper's just a little bit mucky now, but so you can see that how nicely that's all going to fit together. Again, you can kind of nestle these in if you want to stamp it as kind of all next to each other, but you can do it separately and have them as separate pieces. Again, I'm going to show you that in my examples, but just how well that stamps all just one stamp in, you know, one pass with the acrylic block. Again, to me, that just really shows you how good the quality of these stamps actually are. So that is just a really quick demo of how you can use these two sets together. So what is going to be coming up over the next month? So like I said at the beginning, these stamps are going to be going on sale on the 28th of February, which is a Monday. And between now and then, I'm really going to be heavily showing you how to use these products, how well they work together, as I said, and even then how well they work, of course, with other products that you have in your stash. So you will see these featured quite a lot. So that weekend before the 28th, so the 26th and 27th, so we're going to have videos both of those days. So the 28th is actually my 2-year anniversary of being here on YouTube creating videos for you guys. And I really wanted to celebrate that. So on that weekend, we are going to have a couple of videos, you know, again, those anniversary videos. I'm going to recreate my first card that I made on YouTube here, and we are going to have a competition as well for that weekend. It will get announced the week before, but I'm going to be giving away to 2 of my viewers each of these sets. So 2 viewers are going to be receiving both of these stamp sets. So if you don't subscribe to my channel, please do hit that subscribe button, and you will be notified if you hit that notification bell as well when I upload my next videos. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be using these. I'm going to be reminding you about the competition, and then I'm going to kind of announce it, like I said, that week before my anniversary weekend, to make sure that you know and you can enter that competition. So yeah, make sure you do watch those videos over the next couple of weeks, and I can announce all that greatness. So now I want to show you the samples that I've created and just kind of talk through, you know, the styles and how I use them and all good things like that. So this is the first card that I want to show you. So this is a landscape 5x7 inch card. As you can see, I've done this landscape to fit in our long congratulations. So the length of this is actually 5 inches, just shy of 5 inches. So with this card being 5 inches wide, it's probably, you're not going to fit it on there if you just stamped directly onto this card. If you did, you know, it's going to be very kind of edge to edge. If that's how you want to use it, that is absolutely fine. I'm just warning you that it is kind of give or take. So if I brought a ruler in, you know, there's the 5 inch mark, you know, you really kind of would be pushing it with that. But again, if you want to use this, by all means, you know, cut it up. There's no reasons why you couldn't do congratulations as 2 separates. You know, if that's what you wanted to do, you could absolutely do that. If you didn't want to cut your stamps up, you could just mask off portions of the words or the phrase. So again, if I just bring back this and thinking of you, if you didn't want to do some stamp surgery there, you could just mask the you could just restamp stamp it then underneath. So if you don't want to cut up your stamps, that's absolutely fine. There are ways to kind of get around it. But for this card, so I've built the sentiment, sending you congratulations on your baby girl. So again, with our sentiment builder, we could have had sending you congratulations on your baby girl, baby boy, new baby. You could have had new addition. So again, you know, you've got multiple options. Even if you was just making, you know, a congratulations to a new baby card, you've got different options there, depending on what you know, wanted to have on there. So this particular card, I've tried to keep it quite basic. Maybe you like to stamp directly onto your card, works perfectly for that. So again, I've tried to create cards just of slightly different styles. If you want something a bit more clean and simple, sentiments are going to work perfectly with this. For the stamping here, so you can see this is in pink. I stamped this with a Distress Oxide. This is the Picked Raspberry. So that is my first sample. So my cards are all slightly different sizes, so I am going to be jumping around with my zoom a little bit. So the next card I made, this is a slimline. So this is 4 inches wide, the actual card base, by 8 1/4 inches high. And for this one, we created Thank You So Much. So again, a very popular card, you know, that we have to make. So, you know, if you like making your slimline cards, obviously this is in a portrait orientation. The thank you can see fits so perfectly in there. So that measures 3.5 wide for that strip, and you can see it just fits beautifully on there, and that so much can just be nestled right in there. You can go as close or as far away as you want to. You know, with something like this, you know, if it made sense for your sentence, you can stamp between the H and the K, you can stamp past the K, you've got before the U, the Y, or after. You know, you really have got a lot of space options there. And I've tried to make the size of this so that you can much more easily, you know, fit them into these sort of smaller gaps here. So with this, I used the Japanese Dreams. This was the last issue, not the new issue that's just come out. It was the previous issue of Creative Stampin', and this was just the koi fish. So again, if you like making slimline cards, if you like, you know, creating banners, if you like having something slightly busier in the background, I put some splatter on there as well. So really just depending on your style, you know, these sentiments are going to work for you. I did add just a little bit of vellum behind that to help that stand out, but I have then heat embossed this as well with some white embossing powder onto some navy blue cardstock. So you can see just how well that worked. For this, again, I did put it in my stamping platform because, again, with heat embossing, much like colour stamping, I would choose to put it in my stamping platform to make sure that I got a really fantastic impression there, and then to make sure that, you know, my heat embossing result is as good as it can possibly be. But again, it can be stamped with an acrylic block as well. I really love this card, actually. I think, you know, a great masculine kind of card. I just really like this one. So here we have a 6 by 6 inch card, so a square card. The type of cards that I tend to create at the moment is either 6 by 6, 5 by 7, or slimline, because they are the ones where I now have pre-made card bases for. And yeah, so again, they worked perfectly. So I've got 3 different cards here of this size with all different sentiments. I'm trying to show you how you can you know, all the different sentiments on different kinds of cards. Yeah, I am just absolutely loving it. So this one here I've made, this is a Get Well Soon card. So we have got Hope You Feel Better Soon. So the Hope You, I have stamped onto some black cardstock and then heat embossed with white embossing powder. This is the majority of kind of how I would like to use them, because I do like having, you know, that black sort of sentiment strip on a card. I think it looks really nice and it helps to kind of stand out from your design. So I've centered that above the Feel Better Soon. So the other examples, you know, I've shown that you can stamp them next to each other and then, you know, you use it as kind of one piece, if you like. But this is showing you, and I've got another sample as well, showing you that you can just have them as separate, you know, sentiment strips. You don't have to put them together. So we've got just our strip there for that. So for our Feel Better Soon, This was stamped with an acrylic block, and again, I just still couldn't get over how well it stamped. So I stamped this in black onto some white, which I then fussy cut around. I then added that onto a piece of black card and fussy cut around that again to give it a shadow. So what I would like to do, if this launch goes well, what I would really love to do is create a coordinating die set to go with our ultimate big words, which will then do exactly what I've done here for you, just much neater than what I have done it. So I would like to have a die that would then cut out your big words and then have a shadow layer as well, because again, I really love how that looks. I love adding it to vellum, having that vellum shadow in there as well, and then it'd be nice just to be able to cut them out with something like this. So, you know, if this launch goes well, that is definitely something that I am going to be looking at having as, you know, a next kind of product. So for this card, the background, this is a Simon Says stamp. I think this was called Floral Garden. I wanted to create something quite nice and bright. So again, if you like to create, again, quite a simple card, but maybe a busier background, you can still have your sentiments stand out. This is all being raised up onto foam pads as well. So it is standing up, adding that black in there as well. Again, just really helps lift it and has it to jump out from the page. So, you know, again, if you're into bright and floral, this is absolutely a fantastic stamp set to have go with this. So this is the next card that I created. So again, trying out something different. Maybe you like to stencil your backgrounds with, you know, maybe something a little bit more contrasting. So with that floral there, and then I have done, let's get this in the light, some gold heat embossing. So with this, again, you can stamp your sentiment builder with your big words and then fussy cut that. So you don't need to have it separate if you don't want to, like I've done on this card. You can still fussy cut around it and have it as one piece. So this I heat embossed, as I said, in gold. And then I actually used the Abandoned Coral Distress ink to colour this. And I thought it was such a beautiful colour. That's why I did this kind of aqua of the flowers. This particular stamp here was from one of my latest commissions. I can't remember what magazine it was for. I think it might be Simply Cards and Papercraft, but not 100% sure. This is the Gina K Grateful Blooms stamp and die set. And I've just added that over a really simple stencil. This was a stencil that I picked up that I showed in my last haul video, and I just used 3 colours of Distress Oxide. So I think I had Fossilized Amber, my Distress inks, Fossilized Amber, I want to say it was Peacock Feathers and Seedless Preserve, I think. And I really love this background. I think I'm going to recreate this. But again, perfect for embossing in your different embossing powder colours. Here again, that gold I think worked really nicely. But again then, you know, you can fussy cut it as one sort of image there. And again, I absolutely just love how these are looking. And then the last sample, so again, you know, I've been working as well, so I haven't had sort of tons of time to create lots of samples, but hopefully this is a good variety. Again, like I said, of different styles, different techniques, you know, and how you can use these in different ways. So for this card, I've gone for a little bit more of a mixed media, a little bit more kind of layering things up. We've got our foam pads, we've got, you know, just so many different elements in here. I actually really love how this is. This is going to be my Valentine's Day card for my partner. And yeah, so for anyone who does mixed media, layers, lots of things like that, again, absolutely perfect. So for this card, so we've got Love You, To the Moon and Back, Forever and Always. So again, using these as just sentiment strips. Using the big words, again, heat embossing, all of these are white heat embossed onto black, again, just sort of fussy cuts around that one. But you know, you can mix these in, you could have these, you know, stamped in the background if you wanted to, rather than like I've done here. But you know, you could just add loads of these little individual strips and just, you know, have that as your sentiment. So again, something different, but I really love how this sort of stands out. I decided to add that black frame in then as well, just to help tie it all together. So I took some black card. So this black card has actually got a white core. It's not black all the way through. So I decided, because I'm not really a fan of when that happens, but I decided then to distress it and just, make more of a feature of it. So I distressed the edge of that, and I've done that for this panel here as well. So for this background, I don't know why I've never thought of doing this before, but I absolutely love how this has turned out. This is going to have to be something maybe to add to my kind of repertoire, I suppose. So what I did is I took a piece of watercolour card. I then stamped this sort of layered or overlapping hearts stamp from Simon Says Stamp. I really can't remember what it's called, I'm afraid. So I stamped it in VersaFine because it's waterproof. So I stamped that background first. I then used one of the Cosmic Shimmer. They're kind of pixie powders, is it? It's the same as the Nuvo Shimmer powder. So I guess it is the mica powders. And it kind of gives you that burst. It's the powder and you spritz water on it. And so we've got this really lovely red background. Some areas are still white. Some of them, you have just little speckles of colour. And I think it's really, really beautiful. And then I decided to take the X's and O, I don't know if that's the name of it, big background stamp as well from Simon Says Stamp. And then I decided to heat emboss that with gold over the top. So that is, kind of going to stand out. So everything just kind of works really nicely together. I was really surprised at how well it came out, to be honest. I thought it was going to look like a hot mess, but I absolutely love it. And then, so I took, these are the nesting lace hearts from Hunky Dory. So I took 2 sizes, one in a light pink. This is fuchsia. I think this is the ballet pink from Tonic Studios, from their papers that I use. And then I just die cut because it needed something just to fill in the gap of this big heart. It needed something, so I die cut from vellum. This is just some foliage from my Stampin' Up, one of my sets. And yeah, that filled that gap in really nicely. So the hearts are on foam pads, and then my sentiments is on foam pads as well. So I really love this card. Again, a little bit different for me, but I actually quite like all of those layers and that kind of quite busy look. Yeah, I absolutely really love it. So those are my samples that I've created. I really love, they're all just completely different, but I absolutely love it. And I really didn't have to go and think too hard about what sentiments I wanted to put on there. I really felt like a lot of the kind of hard work was done for me. The way that I created my samples was literally, I just put my hand into my stash and I pulled something out. And I was like, this is what I'm going to use to create a card. What sentiment am I going to put with it? And because it was all kind of contained within these 2 sets, it was so easy. And I've really enjoyed the last 2 evenings creating these cards. Yeah, I'm just so kind of blown away, really, that I've been able to turn this into a reality, and then to be able to create with them as well and kind of feel like what I've created is good. I really hope you guys do agree with things I'm saying. Obviously I'm going to be a little bit biased because I'm really happy with how these have turned out. It's just what I wanted, and I'm hoping this is going to be perfect for you guys as well. Let me know in the comments what you think. I would love to get some initial feedback from you. I do have plenty of other ideas, like I said, add-ons for my sentiment builder with other words and like key phrases and linking words and things like that. I would like to do a coordinating die and shadow for my ultimate big words. But yes, please let me know what you think. I'm really just so happy at the moment, to be really honest with you. I really, really am. I'm just pleased with how this has come out, and I'm so excited to be able to launch my first 2 products. So just to recap, as I've said, so these are going to be going on sale the 28th of February, which is a Monday. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure where I'm selling yet. I think it's going to be Etsy. But again, I'm going to give you more information when we get closer to the time. At the moment, I just want to create with them. I want to show you what they can do, what you can do, how much, this is going to impact and help your crafting and your card making and, whatever other crafts that you do create. I really just want to show these to their full potential. So again, please leave me a comment with some initial feedback down below. Don't forget that weekend before, I'm going to be giving away to 2 of my viewers a complete set. So both of these are going to be going to 2 winners. So we're going to have that as a competition giveaway. But yeah, hit that notification bell as well so you get notified when I upload my videos. If you did like this video, I'd appreciate a big thumbs up. And yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So thanks very much for watching today. And yeah, happy crafting.